Aries, last night is the reason you're here. Your person spoke to another woman, and your gut has been speaking since. But the cards are showing me something different. You need to hear this. Last night, I know what that word is doing to you right now. I know it is sitting in your chest as something unresolved, something you heard or sensed or found out or woke up thinking about before you even fully understood why. And I want you to know something before we go anywhere near these cards. I sat down today expecting one kind of reading, the kind where the fear gets confirmed, the kind where the cards line up and validate the worst case story the mind has been running since you found out. And that is not what happened. What came through the moment I connected to your energy stopped me, because the energy around last night's conversation is not the energy I was bracing to read. And the reason I'm here telling you it is not what you think is not because I'm trying to protect you from something. It's because the cards are showing me something real, and the real thing is completely different from the story you've been carrying since last night. Stay with me, because what I'm about to show you changes everything about how you understand what happened. Drop a comment right now and say, I am ready for the truth. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and turn on that notification bell. Okay, let's go all the way in. First oracle card. The conversation last night happened, but the energy around it is not the energy of betrayal. And your guides led with this because they know exactly what you've been carrying since last night, and they are not going to dance around it. They are addressing it head on. Yes, the conversation happened. Yes, something passed between your person and this woman last night. And the energy around what passed is not the energy of betrayal. It is not the energy of someone cultivating something behind your back. It is not the energy of deception. And I want to be very specific about what I mean by that, because I'm not using the word energy loosely. When someone is doing something they know would hurt you, the cards carry a particular signature, a signature of concealment, of someone operating in two directions at once, managing two versions of themselves, keeping two things separate. That signature has a very specific feeling when it comes through a spread, and that signature is not anywhere in what came through today. What is here is something else, something completely different. And your guides led with this card specifically so that everything I show you next lands in the right context, so that when the cards start revealing what last night actually was, you are receiving it clearly and not through the filter of a fear that the very first oracle card is already asking you to release. Second oracle card. What was said last night had your name in it, and not in the way you fear. And this is the card that changes the shape of last night completely, because your guides are showing me the subject matter, the actual content of what was discussed in that conversation, and your name was in it. And I know what that does to you when you're already afraid, because your name in someone else's conversation, when you're braced for betrayal, sounds like exactly the confirmation you were dreading. And your guides are asking you to stay with me past that first reaction, because your name was in that conversation last night, not as a problem being managed, not as the reason someone is being pulled in a different direction, not as something being discussed in the way your fear is telling you it was. Your name was in that conversation because it is the reason your person made the call in the first place. They went to this woman last night because of something they feel about you, something real, something significant, something they have been trying to find the right words for. And your name at the center of that conversation was not the evidence of betrayal. It was the evidence of someone who has you so fully on their mind that they cannot figure out how to say what they feel without help. Third oracle card. Your person has been carrying something about you. Last night was them trying to find the right way to bring it to you. And now the picture is getting clear, because your person has been holding something, a feeling, an intention, a decision they've arrived at about you. And it matters enough to them that they have been genuinely afraid of saying it wrong, afraid of stumbling over it, afraid of it landing in a way that doesn't do justice to what they actually mean. And for some people, when something feels that significant, they don't go to the person it's about first. They go somewhere else to think it through out loud, to hear themselves say it, to find the version of what they're carrying that is actually worthy of the weight of what they mean. And that is what last night was. Your person was not building something secret. They were not betraying you. They were rehearsing something that is meant for you and only for you. And the woman they called was the person they trusted to help them find the words. And the words they found last night are not going anywhere except toward you. Fourth oracle card, the fear that activated when you found out about last night is older than last night. It was loaded before this moment. And your guides brought this card through because they love you enough to be completely honest with you, not just about last night, but about you. Because the speed at which the worst story arrived after you found out, how fast it formed, how fully convincing it felt, how immediately your mind went to the darkest version of what could be happening. That speed tells your guides something important. It tells them that this fear was not born last night. It was already there before last night. Already primed, already sitting close to the surface, already waiting for something to give it something to land on, and last night gave it something. And the fear activated with a force that was disproportionate to what was actually happening, not because you are broken or damaged, but because the wound this fear comes from is close. It is a real wound from a real experience, and it has shaped how quickly you reach for the worst possible explanation when something feels uncertain. And your guides are not saying that to criticize you. They are saying it because you deserve to understand the difference between your intuition speaking, which is quiet and steady and knows things, and this fear speaking, which is loud and fast and reaches for the darkest story first. And what happened last night activated the fear, not the intuition. And the cards today are here to separate those two things so you can see what's actually true. Fifth oracle card. Your guides are naming the fear before it grows, not the fear that they betrayed you, the fear of finding out something good. And this is the oracle card I most need you to sit with because it names something that nobody talks about. There is a specific fear that comes when the worst story you've been carrying turns out to be wrong. And it sounds strange to say that good news can be frightening, but your guides are showing me that the mind which has already committed to a betrayal story, which has been building it, living inside it, defending it since last night, does not always know what to do when it gets corrected. Because being corrected means the fear was wrong. And if the fear was wrong this time, it might have been wrong before. And that starts to unravel things that felt certain, things that felt like protection. And your guides are naming this fear now out loud before the truth comes out, because a fear you can see cannot ambush you the way a fear you can't see can. And they want you walking toward what is coming open and ready, not with your arms crossed from last night, not with the betrayal story still running in the background, open, because what is coming out about last night is something your heart has been hoping for, and your guides want you ready to receive it the way it deserves to be received. Sixth oracle card. What comes out about last night is going to require you to put down the story you've been building since you found out. And this is the practical card, the one with a real instruction in it, because the truth about last night is going to land in whatever atmosphere you've created for it. And if you receive it while still gripping the betrayal story, still half convinced since last night that you already know what it means, still waiting for the other shoe to drop, what arrives is going to have to fight against all of that resistance instead of simply landing. And your guides are asking you to begin releasing the story now, not after the truth comes out, now, before it arrives, because the story you built since last night is not serving you. It is not protecting you. It is just sitting between you and something real that is trying to reach you. And the releasing doesn't have to be dramatic. It doesn't have to be a decision you announce. It is just the quiet act of loosening your grip on a version of events that the cards are showing you was never true and making room for what actually is. Seventh oracle card. Your guides arranged this reading for you today. This is not a coincidence. This is preparation. And your guides added this one because they want you to understand why you are here. Because finding this reading today on this specific day after last night is not accidental. Nothing in the realm of spirit is accidental. And the fact that you found this, that something in you said, I need to watch this before I do anything else, before I say anything, before I react, that was your guides pulling you here. Because what is about to come out about last night requires you to be prepared, not defensive, not braced, prepared. There is a difference. Braced is the body ready for impact. Prepared is the mind and heart clear enough to receive something real and understand it for what it is. And this reading is the preparation. And your guides arranged for you to find it today because they knew it was coming and they wanted you ready. The moon reversed, the 3 of cups, the 2 of cups, the ace of wands, the star, the lovers, the 4 of wands, the wheel of fortune, the 10 of cups, the sun, 10 cards. And I want to walk through every single one of them because together they are telling a story about last night that is the complete opposite of what you walked in carrying. The moon reversed first, and the moon reversed is the veil lifting, the hidden thing becoming visible. The fog beginning to clear. And in a reading about a secret conversation, the moon reversed sounds alarming, like exposure, like something dark being dragged into the light. And here it carries none of that quality. Because what the moon reversed is lifting the veil on in this spread is not something that was being hidden from you out of deception. It is something that was being kept for you, held carefully, protected, kept from being said until it could be said properly. And the moon reversed is the moment that carefully kept thing begins to surface. That is what last night was, and that is what is coming. And the 3 of cups, and when this card appears in a reading about a conversation someone had with another woman last night, it tells you something very specific about the nature and the energy of that conversation. Because the 3 of cups is celebration energy. It is the energy of people coming together around something joyful, around something worth being happy about, worth toasting, worth sharing between people who care about good things happening. And the 3 of Cups does not live in the territory of betrayal. It does not show up when something wrong is being done. It shows up when people are gathered around something good, and the conversation your person had last night happened entirely inside that energy. The reason they called this woman, the thing they discussed, the words they found together, all of it has the signature of the 3 of Cups, which means all of it is oriented towards something worth celebrating. And the 2 of Cups, and this is the most direct card in the entire spread for answering the question that is actually underneath your fear about last night, because the question you came in with is what happened between them. But the question underneath that, the question your fear is really asking is, does my person choose me? And the 2 of Cups is the choosing card. 2 people facing each other, both in it fully, both turned toward each other with real, conscious, deliberate intention. And the 2 of Cups in this spread is not pointing at your person and this woman, it is pointing at you and your person. That is the card's clearest, most direct answer to the deepest question last night raised. This person is choosing you. The conversation last night was part of that choosing, moving toward you, and the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands is a beginning, a genuine spark, something igniting that has the quality of something completely new starting, not a continuation of something old, not a repair of something broken, a genuine fresh beginning with real energy behind it. And the Ace of Wands appearing here after the 2 of Cups is telling me something important about where last night fits in your story. What is coming out of last night is not a confrontation. It is not a crisis point. It is not a moment of reckoning. It is a beginning. Something is about to start between you and this person that is going to feel genuinely different from everything that came before it. And last night, the call, the conversation, the words that were found was the match being struck. And what it lit is already burning. And the star holds every quiet hope you have allowed yourself about this person. Every moment you felt like this connection was real. Every time you saw something in them that made you think this could actually be it, and then caught yourself hoping and pulled back from hoping too fully, because hoping at full volume for something that might not come through is its own kind of loss. And the star is here now in this spread after everything last night put you through to tell you something that I need you to actually receive. Those hopes were not naive. They were not wishful thinking. They were not you projecting something onto a situation that didn't deserve it. Every single one of those quiet moments of believing this was real was pointing at something real. And the real thing is what last night was building toward. And the real thing is what is coming. And the Lovers, and this is the card I was watching for since the first Oracle card, because the Lovers is not attraction, it is not chemistry, it is not two people who happen to be compatible finding each other. The Lovers is the soul level recognition that this is the one knowing that sits underneath everything else and does not negotiate with fear or circumstances or confusion or a late night phone call that you weren't supposed to know about. And the Lovers appearing in a reading that began with last night, with the fear of last night, with the story built from last night, is the universe's most direct possible answer to the question you came in with. This person chooses you at the soul level, without reservation. And the conversation last night was part of how that soul level choosing is finding its way into words, into actions, into the kind of expression that you will actually be able to see and feel and hold on to. And the Four of Wands, is the milestone, the moment something becomes real and visible and witnessed, the moment a feeling stops being private and becomes something that exists between two people in the open air of the real world. And the Four of Wands appearing in this spread after the Lovers and the Two of Cups and the Ace of Wands is the cards showing me where this is heading. Not just a conversation, not just a revelation about last night, a milestone, something that marks a before and after in this connection. Something that will be real and visible and unmistakable. And the Four of Wands coming after what last night set in motion is the spread telling me that the thing your person has been working up to saying, the thing last night was part of preparing, is the kind of thing that produces a moment like this. And the Wheel of Fortune and the wheel turning in this position is the timing card. Because the Wheel of Fortune does not appear in a spread to tell you that things might eventually shift if circumstances allow. It appears when the shift is already happening, when the position is already changing. And what the wheel is showing me is that what your person has been carrying, the feeling, the intention, the words they were finding last night, has reached the moment of release. It has been compressed long enough, held long enough, prepared long enough, and the wheel is now clicking into the position where it surfaces, where it becomes visible to you. And that moment is not distant. It is closer than last night feels right now, which is why you needed to hear this today. And the Ten of Cups, is the destination, the complete picture, the nothing missing, everything present, love and security and warmth all at once life that the cards show when they want you to understand where something is ultimately headed. And the Ten of Cups appearing in this spread in a reading that started with last night, with fear, with the worst case story, is the universe showing you the full arc, not just what last night was, not just what is coming out soon, where all of this leads. And the Ten of Cups does not appear in spreads about things that are falling apart. It appears in spreads about things that are building towards something complete. And this connection is building towards something complete. And last night was a step in that building, not a crack in the foundation. And the sun closes this spread. And after everything, the moon reversed, the lovers, the Ten of Cups, all of it, the reading closes on the sun, the warmest, most alive, most clear card in the entire deck. And I want you to feel what it means that a reading which started in the fear of last night closes on the sun. Because the sun does not close readings that are heading somewhere dark. It does not appear at the end of spreads where the truth is devastating. It appears at the end of spreads that are heading somewhere warm, somewhere genuinely, uncomplicatedly good. And this one, starting from last night, starting from fear, is heading somewhere warm. And the sun is the promise of that warmth waiting for you on the other side of what is about to come out. Okay, tea leaf cards, 7 of them. And I'm going deep on every one. First tea leaf card, what your person actually said last night, the specific content of that conversation. And your guides are ready to be specific here because you deserve specificity. Last night's conversation had your name at the center of it, and what your person said was not, I have feelings for someone else. It was not, help me figure out how to create distance. It was not anything close to the story the fear has been building since you found out. What your person said last night was something much closer to, I have something I want to say to this person and I'm afraid of saying it wrong. Or, I think I know what I want and I need to hear myself say it out loud before I bring it to them. Or, I think this is it for me and I don't know how to make them understand how real that is. And the woman they called listened to all of it and helped them find the shape of what they were trying to say. And what took shape in that conversation last night is already on its way to you. Next tea leaf card, why they went to someone else first instead of coming directly to you. And this is the question sitting right underneath your fear. If it was about me, if it was something real, why didn't they just come to me? And your guides are answering that plainly and without vagueness, because what your person is carrying about you feels significant to them. Not casually significant, genuinely weight of it significant. And the fear of delivering something that feels that important and having it land wrong, of stumbling, of it being misunderstood, of the words not doing justice to what they mean, that fear sent them somewhere else first. Not to hide something from you, not to build something separate from you. To make sure that when they finally bring it to you, it is complete, it is clear, it is every inch of what they actually feel and mean. And the call last night was the preparation. And the preparation is almost done. And what was prepared is almost here. Next tea leaf card, who this woman is and what she actually means in this situation. And your guides are giving you the full picture because you deserve the full picture and not a partial one. The woman your person spoke to last night is not a threat to you. She is not someone who carries the energy of the Two of Cups or the Lovers or the Four of Wands in this spread. She does not occupy the position in your person's life that your fear has been assigning to her since you found out about the call. She is someone your person trusted to help them think clearly about something they could not think clearly about themselves. Because when it comes to you, this person cannot think clearly. And I want you to really hear that because it is one of the most specific confirmations of how real what they feel for you actually is. The clearest sign that someone's feelings for you are genuine is that you make them unable to think straight, and that inability is exactly what sent them to someone else last night because they needed someone who could think clearly about you while they couldn't. Next tea leaf card, what is about to come out and what the moment actually feels like when it arrives. And the truth about last night is coming out soon. Not in a grand planned speech, not in a moment your person has staged. In a specific, real, unplanned beat between the two of you where something shifts, where the thing they've been holding reaches the surface because it can't stay contained any longer. And when that moment comes, you're going to feel two things simultaneously. The first is surprise. Because even after this reading, even after everything the cards have shown you, the actual moment of it arriving is going to catch something in you off guard. Because the mind knows things before the heart catches up, and the heart catching up is always a surprise. And the second thing is recognition, the deep settling, oh, of course, recognition of something that you already knew somewhere underneath everything, that this was always where it was heading. And those two things arriving at the same time is going to produce the specific feeling that the Sun card was pointing toward when it closed this spread. Next tea leaf card, what you need to release before it arrives. And this is the tea leaf card with the clearest instruction. The story built since last night needs to be set down before what's coming can land the way it's supposed to. Not because you were wrong to feel what you felt, not because the fear was shameful or irrational, but because what is coming toward you deserves to arrive in open space, in an atmosphere where it can simply be what it is, rather than having to fight its way through a wall of pre-built conclusions. And the releasing is not a dramatic act. It does not require a decision you announce to anyone. It is simply the quiet act of loosening the grip on a version of events that was never true and making room. Just making room because what is coming is real and it deserves the space to land. Next tea leaf card. The faithfulness you've shown to this connection and what last night is actually part of honoring. And your guides want to honor something before this reading closes. Because you have stayed in this connection even when it was uncertain, even when you couldn't see clearly where it was going, even when last night sent you straight into the worst fear you carry. And the staying, the specific faithfulness of someone who does not run at the first sign of fear has been seen. And the universe keeps receipts, and what your person is about to bring to you is part of that receipt being honored. The faithfulness of someone who stayed even through a night like last night being met with the thing they were actually staying for. And your guides want you to know that last night was not a betrayal of that faithfulness. It was part of the story that faithfulness was building toward all along. And the last tea leaf card, you on the other side of last night receiving the story you actually needed, and your guides ended here because this is the image they want you to carry out of this reading. You on the other side of last night, with the truth out, with what your person was carrying finally in the open between you, with the story you were terrified of having turned completely on its head. And the feeling is relief first, the full body kind that moves through you all at once when something you've been braced against finally resolves. And then quieter than the relief, something settling. The specific lasting settling of someone who came into a reading holding a fear and left it holding the truth instead. And the truth is warmer than the fear. It is always warmer than the fear. And it is already on its way to you. Okay, final message from your guides. Just one, put the story from last night down, open your hands, and let what is actually coming reach you. Put the story from last night down. That is the whole instruction. That is the only thing your guides are asking of you. Not to be naive, not to pretend the fear wasn't real, not to act like last night didn't happen, just to put the story you built around it down. Because the moon reversed showed the veil lifting on something kept for you, not from you. And the 3 of Cups was celebrating, and the 2 of Cups was choosing you, and the Ace of Wands was igniting something new, and the Star confirmed every quiet hope was right. And the Lovers said yes, At the soul level, this person chooses you, and the Four of Wands showed the milestone coming, and the Wheel said it is already turning toward the surface, and the Ten of Cups showed you the destination, and the Sun closed the reading in warmth. Every card, every oracle, every tea leaf, all of it pointed in the same direction, not away from you, toward you. And what is coming out about last night is not the story you built since you found out, and your hands need to be open when it arrives. So put the story down, open your hands, and let what is actually coming reach you, because it is not what you feared, and it is already moving. Okay, to bring this all home, your person spoke to another woman last night, and what was said is not what you thought. And the cards showed us everything. Your guides told us the energy around last night's conversation is not the energy of betrayal. It carries none of the signature of deception. That your name was in what was said as the reason for the conversation, not the problem. That your person has been carrying something about you and went to someone else last night only to find the right words to bring it to you. That the fear last night activated is older than last night and arrived with more force than this situation deserved. That the real fear is not betrayal but the arrival of something good. That receiving what comes out requires releasing the story built since last night. And that your guides arranged this reading today specifically to prepare you for what is about to come out. The moon reversed showed the veil lifting on something kept for you. The Three of Cups showed the celebration energy around that conversation. The Two of Cups confirmed your person is choosing you. The Ace of Wands showed something new igniting out of last night. The Star confirmed every quiet hope was accurate. The Lovers confirmed the soul level choosing. The Four of Wands showed the milestone this is building toward. The Wheel confirmed the truth is already turning toward the surface. The Ten of Cups showed the complete destination, and the Sun confirmed it is heading somewhere warm. And the tea leaf cards showed what was actually said last night, why the call was made instead of coming to you directly, who this woman is and what she isn't, what comes out and what the moment feels like when it arrives, what to release before it does, what your faithfulness to this connection has been building toward, and you on the other side of last night with your hands open receiving the story you actually needed. One instruction: put last night's story down, open your hands, and let what is actually coming reach you, because it is not what you feared, and it is coming. Claim this, loves. Drop a comment and say, I claim this, and I put last night's story down, and I open my hands, and I receive what is actually coming, because every word of that is true. Save this, share it today, and come back and tell me what it felt like when the story you feared became the story you actually needed. I want to know. If this resonated, please give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment, and tell me what hit hardest. And if you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe and turn on that notification bell. Take care of yourself. Bye, loves.